Okay, so today we're going to talk about what it means to be an nth root. So we're in chapter 9, section 1 of your textbook, and what it means for something to be an nth root. So we say x, some number, is the nth root of some other number k if x to the nth power is equal to k. And n has to be greater than 1. It has to be a whole number greater than 1. So it can be like 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Anything like that. So an example of that would be that we could say that 17 is the third root of 4,913 because 17 cubed is equal to 4,913. Similarly, we can say that 1/4 is the third root of 1/16 because 1/4 all squared is equal to 1/16. Okay, my pen is really acting up today, so bear with me. Okay, so that's what it means to say something is an nth root. It basically just means that if you raise that number to the nth power, you get the number you were looking for. So now we're going to talk about expressing roots as powers. So instead of saying something is the nth root of something else, we can say that x to the 1/n power is the same as saying it's the nth root of the number x. So all this really does is it lets us rewrite our powers. So that's all this is doing for us, is rewriting powers. So some examples. So without using our calculator, we're going to evaluate some different nth roots. So the first thing we want to evaluate is 125 to the 1/3 power. So what I really want to know is if I want to flip that around and put it back into the normal way I'm used to thinking of. I want to say, okay, some x number to the third is going to equal 125. Okay, well, thinking about what I know about numbers and what number multiplies by itself 3 times to get to 125, I know that 5 cubed is 125, which means that 5 is my answer. So doing another example, we have 1/36, and we want to raise that to the 1/2 power. So all that's really saying is I want to know what number squared is equal to 1/36. So I know that 1 squared is 1 and 6 squared is 36, which means that 1/6 all squared is going to equal 1/36, which means that my final answer is 1/6. Okay, and one final example to show you some stuff with negatives. Let's talk about -16 raised to the 1/4. Okay, so now notice the 16 and the negative are not grouped together with parentheses. So that means that this 1/4 power is not applying to the negative. So I want to know some negative times some unknown number raised to the 4th power is going to give me my -16. So now thinking what I know, I need a number that multiplies by itself 4 times to equal 16. Well, that number is just going to be 2. So filling in my x with a 2, I see that -2 to the 4th power, with the negative not being applied with the 4th power, I'm going to get back my -16. So my answer here is 2. So that's how you can evaluate nth roots without actually using your calculator. You just got to think about your number sense. So if you're getting stuck on problems, one thing to do would be to make a list. So being like, okay, 2 squared is equal to 4. 2 cubed is equal to 8. 2 to the 4th is equal 216, and so forth. And you don't just have to do it with 2's, you could do it with 3's. You could go and say, okay, well, 3 squared is 9, 3 to the third is 27, and so forth with all your different numbers. So if you're not familiar with your exponents, that might be something good to do.